Hey everybody and welcome to Marvel Champions Experience. I forgot to say that in the main video, but if you like what you see, please like the video. Please subscribe. Really helps me out. You know, I do this for the love of the game. We're about to go through a ranking, a buyer's guide for new players. I know that's going to be extremely divisive, but enjoy. Please like, please subscribe. Hey everybody and welcome to Marvel Champions Experience. Yeah, that intro part is always there with like the OBS because I'm too lazy to edit it out now. I had a couple awesome people on both Reddit and the YouTube channel. Shout out to you, Anthony, asking me for some. Thank you for loving the content. I really appreciate it. But they've been asking me for a little bit more, as in some deck building videos, which I'm going to work on hopefully in the next week or so. But this one I had in my pocket that I've been wanting to do, and they were looking forward to this, so I'll throw this out there. I'm going to be doing a buyer's guide for Marvel Champions right now. And so I have some notes. This actually wasn't the easiest thing to do. So here are my thoughts. This buyer's guide that I'm about to do is for new players, right? This is not for the people who are missing a couple things, who are like really deep into the collection. You know, you guys know what you're doing already, okay? This is not for people who are looking to min-max. As in, if you're new to the game, if you're looking for particular decks or particular campaigns that have specific cards that are going to bring your deck to the next level, not your video, right? And that's okay. I'm doing this purposely. You know, there are other videos that will help you from other creators who will tell you, oh, if you're looking for this specific card for an aggression deck or this specific card for a protection deck, you got to buy this pack. That's not what we're doing here. What we're doing is for new players who are overwhelmed and who are looking to have fun. Where should you go next? You know, when I started playing this game, there was the only expansion was out that was Red Skull, and two scenario packs and a couple heroes. And I've just bought everything. That's just the way my ADD mind works. But you know, if you are conscientious about money, if you really can't afford to get anything at this point, which is totally understandable. There's so much content out now. I'm gonna help you attempt to get you to a place where you help you make a decision next. Okay, let's see, what else do I have in my notes? So in this video, we're going to be looking at best bang for your buck at the most fun, right? You might be missing out on some cards that'll bring your deck up, but we're looking for fun and value. Okay, so my first tip before we even go to anything is to have fun. Have fun. This is a single player game. No one's judging you, right? No one's judging you. This has the ability to play multiplayer. You know, you can play with your friends, but I've only really ever played alone. So don't worry about it. Buy what you want, okay? You've got nobody to impress. If a scenario is too hard, just swap out a modular. Throw in Bomb Scare. Doesn't matter, right? I also suggest you to tailor how you want to play the game to what you buy. As in, always buy the heroes and villains that you like first. Doesn't matter. You can stop this video right now. Just go have fun. If you're like really into a hero, buy that one, right? But if you're looking for direction to go, that's what we're going to talk about. So I particularly love this game because my favorite thing as a kid was playing with my Marvel figures and reliving historic fights from comics or making my own. And that's why I love this game. That's why I have everything, because, oh man, I wonder how it would be like to play Miss Marvel against Kang, or what if I did Flash Gordon Brock against Venom, Venom, Venom versus Venom. So that's why I have everything, because that's just the way I am. So all right, after all that said, if you're looking for the best value for your money, that's what we're going to talk about, okay? So similar to any list anywhere, not everybody's going to like this. Most likely, the majority of people are going to hate this, right? Not everyone's going to agree with what I say, and it all comes down to personal preference. And this is based on how I like to play the game, okay? And what I think would be best for new players. Also to note, I play strictly true solo. I play strictly true solo, meaning I don't play two-handed. that might influence where you want to go with the game. So, but here's another thing that I've like looked at other buyer's guides, and here's something that I didn't notice that none of them said. What I'm about to show you is not the list of buying guides. It's a list. It's a list, right? My list isn't right. My list isn't wrong, but it's just one direction that you can choose. Maybe if you don't like my play style, I'm not the video for you. And that's cool, right? But I urge you to find someone who is, and then they can help guide your choices on where you want to spend your money. I would never ever say that another content creator is wrong. You can't play this game incorrectly, right? It's about having fun in your way. And this community is awesome. This community is awesome. This is like one of the nicest communities I've ever met on Reddit and in general. And we all play the game a little differently. And that is going to influence the direction that we go when trying to fill out our collection in this. Okay. And last, before I actually start this list, is I do recommend buying from a local gaming store if you can find one. Yeah, you can buy on Amazon. Even if you want to, that's okay. That's cool. You know, if that's what you need to do, sure. Would never like say that's wrong. But if you can find a local gaming store, support the little guy, right? I was buying from Team Covenant for a bit until I found a comic store that's 30 minutes from my house. And every time a new content comes out, I make the trip because they're awesome. They let me play the game there without asking me for anything. With a couple people that I meet up with. So if you can, you know, pay it forward. But all that said, let's talk. So you just got Marvel Champions. I have some notes to do some talking. You just bought Marvel Champions, or you're thinking about Marvel Champions, right? You're thinking about Marvel Champions. What should you do first? So I've decided to. Why is my mouse not moving? I've decided to do this in a specific way. I've seen lots of lists that say like must buy, wish list, skip. I don't want to do that. I personally believe that every single piece of content that this game has its place. And it's worth something, okay? So we're going to structure this as in like, these are the tiers that I do believe that you should buy things in, okay? And you'll get the most enjoyment of the game that way. And I hope that you like it. So, should you buy Marvel Champions? Absolutely. It's one of the best games I've ever played, full stop. That being said, the first thing you need to get, S tier, I mean, how do I even start with that, is the core set, right? And that might seem silly, but I actually saw a list that someone said, you don't even need the core set to play. False. That is incorrect. You need the core set to play. Mainly, the person was like, you can just buy heroes and villain packs. Incorrect. The core set is the only piece of content that has the standard set of cards. Nothing else has them. Without the standard set, you can't play the game, unfortunately. So you need the core set. And the core set will actually last you quite a bit. You know, it comes with 4 heroes. It comes with Captain Marvel. It comes with Iron Man. It comes with Spider-Man and Black Panther. And it comes with 3 villains. It comes with Ultron. It comes with Claw. And it comes with Rhino, right? And that just that set can last you quite a bit. You know, you can mix and match the heroes that you play. You can mix and match their aspects. You can put in, you can fight one of them on expert. Just the core set will last you a while. So, all right. But you've got the core set, and now you don't know what to do. Now things get a little more complicated. Okay. So before even buying anything else, I kind of said it already. Sorry, my Marvel Snap got me an out of notification. Why do I have 2 Venoms here? It's fine. It looks like my list didn't update correctly. We'll figure it out. All right. So the first thing that I would say is, so you got your core set. What should you buy next? Not necessarily the Miss Marvel, but I'm using her as a placeholder as your favorite heroes. Okay. I'll tell you right now, Hulk is a low tier hero. He's gotten better with some of the new cards. But if you like Hulk, if Hulk is your favorite character, forget the meta. Buy Hulk. And have fun playing with Hulk. Seriously. You know, just get, like, after you buy the core set, just buy the heroes you like and have fun with them. That's the first thing that I can offer. All right. So after you've got the heroes that you love, right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm not going to put in I'm not going to put a campaign set in just yet because I don't. You still have this regular starter set, which is a campaign. I don't want to bombard you with another campaign right on top of it. So what I think is the next best, and I'm actually thinking about, I didn't actually prepare this because I want you to hear how I think this through. So we have some scenario packs. So I'll recommend a scenario pack next, and it's going to be, it's going to be Green Goblin. And here's why I'm recommending Green Goblin as one of the first things you pick up. He comes with two villains. So you get two villains. You get the Norman Osborn Green Goblin, and then you get like when he's got his mutagen formula. The Norman Osborn Risky Business fight is pretty easy, but it's fun. It's different. It's a different fight than any of the things in the core set. So it will change the way you play the game a little bit, and it's not that hard. It's not that difficult. So if you're still learning to play the game, that first fight will help steer you in learning the cards and what you like. Okay. The second one that it comes with, the mutagen formula, that's a ramp up in difficulty. Okay. I don't personally think he's harder than Ultron, but he's up there. Like depending on the cards you get and the modulars you use, he can be a tough fight. So that scenario pack, the Green Goblin, will give you, an easy fight and a difficult fight and just stretch out some time of being played. All right. I'm not going to recommend another scenario pack here. I'm looking at what I got. What I'm going to recommend is the top tier heroes. Okay? So you've purchased the heroes that you like. Now I would recommend buying the top tier heroes. And here's why. After the core set and Green Goblin, everything else kind of ramps the difficulty up a little bit. Okay? Kind of ramps the difficulty up a little bit. Even the next scenario box that I'm going to recommend. So I personally think that you should get some of the top tier heroes. And here are my opinions on who the top tier heroes are. Okay? I'm putting Doctor Strange there. I know. I feel the eye rolls of everyone who's played this game a long time. Doctor Strange is, without a doubt, the most overpowered hero in this game. He can single-handedly beat any villain with any aspect, and he even makes Ronan, one of the hardest people in the game, easy. And that's actually why I'm putting him here. You're a new player. You're learning to play the game. Have some fun with it. He's overpowered, right? You can just take the helm of someone who's really strong and just breeze through some of the content. That lets you see what some of the villains do while being able to get your hands on them. So I actually do think he's a pretty fun purchase. Then I'm going to Spider's here for no reason. Then I'm going to recommend Venom, my personal favorite hero in this game, or up there at least, top 3. He is one of the strongest heroes in this game. He's extremely versatile. He fits in really well with aggression, and as a true solo player, that's saying a lot. Aggression is one of the harder, in my opinion, aspects to play true solo, but he is a jack of all trades, but does all of the things really well. Okay, so I do recommend picking up Venom. Another hero that I recommend picking up right away is Captain America. He was like the OG Venom. He is extremely, he can do everything really well. If you get him in a good protection deck, he can stun the villain for the entire game. He's another one that just really helps new players learn their way around the game. Another one that see, I had the Venom here. He needs to be removed. I'm going to put him to the side, so I just don't need to look at him anymore. And then I have 2 Guardians. I don't know why my things are doubled up. It doesn't really make any sense. Oh, well. We'll just have to deal with it. Can I delete them? No, I can't delete them. All right. The next thing that I recommend, the next person that I would recommend is Ant-Man. Ant-Man is really fun. He's very different than most other heroes because he has three different forms. He has alter ego, tiny and giant form. He changes the way you play the game. He's very strong, and he just allows you to do a lot while still learning the game. And I feel like I'm missing someone. Am I missing somebody? Let's see. Going to my list of things. Got you. Yeah. All right. So those are the particular 4 heroes that I would recommend right off the back. They're very strong, and they'll just allow you to learn the content in the game. All right, I have no idea. Well, since this is all like this, I might as well just make everything like nice and uniformed, right? So my ADD kicks in pretty well. Where's the other one? I only have one Wolverine there. All right, there we're good. Okay, so you've got the core set. You played Green Goblin for a bit. You want to expand your game. This was tough. Honestly, I was divided between Sinister Motives or Red Skull. This was a hard choice if I had to like give you something to choose. And I decided to go with Red Skull over Sinister Motives for a new player. Personally, I actually think Sinister Motives is better. However, I do recognize if you are a new player, Rise of the Red Skull gives a little bit of an easier villain campaign. And it's going to be another good bang for your buck. You're paying probably $45 to $50. You're getting 5 new villains, okay? Oh my God, Rick, don't embarrass yourself. You can do this. You're getting, let's go backwards. You're getting Red Skull. You're getting Zola. You're getting Taskmaster. You're getting Crossbones. And you're getting Absorbing Man. That feels right. So you're getting 5 villains, right? And you're getting 2 new heroes. You're getting Hawkeye, who is weak, but Spider-Woman, very, very strong. Top tier character. Okay? So you are getting a lot of good value for your money getting the Red Skull. All right, so you got Red Skull, and let's see. I don't want to give you another expansion pack to buy yet. So let's say you've played that and you're still doing well. You know what you should do? I'll use War Machine as a filler. Buy some more heroes that you like. Maybe you missed out on some. Fill out your deck with some new heroes. Oh, I didn't get this person the first time around. Let me keep filling out the heroes that I really love. All right. So you fill out the heroes you really love. Where should you go next? I think I'm going to have you in that same tier, and I'm going to probably adjust these while I do this. I'll throw in Kang. I actually personally don't love Kang, especially True Solo. I think he's a little boring, but I do recognize that the majority of people who play this game either play multiplayer or two-handed, and if you do that, Kang is really, really fun. He himself is a very fun fight. It's a little long, but I do think he's worth it. He gives you some good modulars that you can use in other fights, and he's definitely not worse than some of the other stuff that you could pick up. And I think that's currently where I'm going to leave it with this tier. And remember, I'm not necessarily talking about the best stuff, because I personally think Mojo Mania is really high in this list. This is for new players, so you can learn how to play the game. All right, so you picked up those things. Now I'm going to recommend that the next, let's see. Let's work a little bit backwards now, okay? Let's work a little bit backwards. In this D tier, it's not even a question. And I think everyone who plays this game would agree with me. It's Wrecking Crew. Wrecking Crew, honestly, is probably the only thing that I would even recommend skipping, like not purchasing it. When I was first starting this game, everything I read said skip Wrecking Crew, and I said, I need to have everything. There's no point. It can't be that bad. It is. It's pretty bad. It doesn't come with any modulars. You can't add anything from the Wrecking Crew to other villains. It doesn't come with any heroes. The villains then in that set can only be used in the Wrecking Crew set. It is a lot of setup. It is a lot of takedown, and it's not worth it. My friend was like, oh, here's how you beat them really easy. And once you learn how to beat them, you can beat them without even trying ever again. It's really not worth it. It's really not worth it. They really deserve a tier to their own. But I do believe that it's a complete skip. All right. I don't think anything is in the Wrecking Crew tier, so that means I'm only left with 2 tiers left to tell you where I think you should go. So the next one I'm going to throw above Wrecking Crew, easily the Galaxy's Most Wanted. And this hurt. This really hurts to put that there. It hurts because It's the first expansion. It's the first new expansion when I was playing the game to come out, and I was so excited for it. Couldn't wait for it, and I got it, and I enjoyed it for a bit, but it's unbelievably difficult. Unbelievably difficult. You get 5 villains in that. You get Brotherhood of the Badoon. You get two versions of the Collector. So you get infiltrate the museum and escape the museum. Then you get Nebula. Then you get Ronan. The heroes that you get are Rocket Raccoon and Groot. And the real problem with Galaxy's Most Wanted, we'll start with the heroes. Groot is weak. He is a low tier character, a very low tier character. He doesn't do a lot of anything too well. You know, there are way more better characters in him, and I don't know if I would ever play him again. I've played him a couple times. I've had some fun with him, but he's just not great. And for me personally, I can't use Rocket Raccoon well, and I don't know why. He really needs his attachments. He really needs his upgrades. He really needs his weapons. It's not the way that I like to play the game. He is better than Groot, but not by much. Now onto the villains. Brotherhood of the Badoon, not that bad. Not that bad. And that's kind of like he's borderline easy. And that's where it stops. The two versions of the Collectors, the first one, Infiltrate the Museum, is probably harder than anything from before it. And it's not even close. He's so hard. I remember reading people on Reddit just being, oh, this is impossible. Then the next one, Escape from the Museum, it's a bit easier, but it's not that much easier, right? And then Nebula and Ronan, the difficulty scale on that, still some of the hardest in the game with even the current content, okay? Nebula is just a fast-moving fight. The threat builds up so fast, and you just lose without realizing it. And Ronan is on the opposite scale. He's just so hard, and he will just beat you into oblivion without even realizing it. I've lost to Ronan in 1 turn before. I've lost to him in 2 turns before. Ronan and Nebula, like basically the whole Galaxy's Most Wanted villain set is cheesy. It's cheesy. It's just super RNG heavy in the villain's favor. A lot of it it's fun, but it is not something a new player wants. As I've said, everything here has a place to be in the game. Like, you should purchase it when you're ready for a challenge. This is not a new player friendly material. Okay. Okay. Then that means we have, let's see, we have 3 campaign boxes left, and let's slot those in right now. So I'm going to put Mad Titan Shadow in the middle. And then I'm going to put, let's put Guardian, the X-Men one there, Mutant Genesis, and we'll put Sinister Motives there. I need to move these around a bit. Someone's probably going to have that Wrecking Crew spot, and I think it's going to be the Guardians of the Galaxy. And the problem is, like, I don't want Guardians to be a skip, but I think I'll just make that caveat. So I'm going to move Guardians down to the Wrecking Crew area, but they are 2 vastly different D tier levels. Like, Guardians should be picked up, Wrecking Crew shouldn't. So let's see. Do I like these here? I actually would like to move up Sinister Motives into that A slot. Yeah, that feels right. And let's actually move Guardians there. Yeah, that feels right. Okay, so let's talk about them now. I've decided to put Sinister Motives. Am I missing things? Nope. So we're still talking about our A tier stuff. So I've put Sinister Motives up here because the villains that you get are very fun, right? So you are getting Sandman, you are getting Mysterio, you're getting the Sinister Six, you're getting Venom, and you're getting Venom Goblin. Okay? Sandman, I still use as a deck tester. He is a very good fight, who's not too easy, who's not too difficult, who will really let you know if your deck is good and ready to be tested against the harder villains. Sinister Six is pretty easy. They're not that hard at all, and that's not bad, especially for a new player. Okay? especially for your new player. Easy fight is something you want. Aside from that, Venom does ramp the difficulty up a little bit. He's not too hard. He's not too easy. He's definitely harder than Rhino. He's probably in the claw territory. So if you're still new, right, he's in that claw territory. If you've played Rise of the Red Skull, he's not as hard as Red Skull or Zola. So he's like mid tier. And so I talked about Sandman. I talked about Venom. Mysterio. Again, another mid character, a little bit on the easy side. Venom Goblin, though. Venom Goblin, top 3 hardest villains in the game. Period. That's actually the reason why I have it. Why I have you buying Red Skull first, because Venom Goblin is so hard, so hard. Top 3 villains in the game. If my villain, I have an updated villain rankings coming up, but my top 3 villains are still Venom Goblin, it's Loki, and it's Ronan, right? And Venom Goblin is extremely difficult, but the rest of the stuff that you get in this box is really worth it. So you get the 5 villains, one extremely difficult, but let's talk about the 2 heroes. Ghost Spider, Spider-Gwen, and Miles Morales. Those 2 heroes are top tier heroes. Ghost Spider is arguably, next to Venom, my favorite hero to use. She plays protection probably better than anybody in the game. She is a true, like, if you're playing true solo, she's perfection. She like really lets you do everything as a true solo player. I can't recommend her enough. Miles, aside from like not in the protection aspect, but he just stuns, he confuses, he really lets you to allow you to play the game by tying up the villain. And this whole box set is worth it for a new player. You know, even Venom Goblin being extremely difficult. All right, then I've put these 2 down here. I think I would recommend... Can I move this? Yeah. I would recommend Mutant Genesis over Mad Titan Shadow. Would I do that? No. I would recommend Mad Titan Shadow over the Mutant Genesis. And here's... Let me see if I do have anything else to add to this A tier. No. I've already... So, like, this Cyclops is representing just buying more heroes that you like. Same thing with this Spider. I put Kang there already. Yeah, we're getting close to the end. Okay. So, you've got all... Like, I do recommend buying these in this order. Okay? So, I do recommend buying Mad Titan Shadow first, and here's why. The villains are... pretty good. They're pretty good. You know, you get... Oh my god. Who do you get? You get... Oh, I have it right here. Who's the first villain in Mad Titan Shadow? I guess it's not that good if I can't remember who it was. Ebony Maw. Right. Ebony Maw is a pretty good deck tester. He's not the easiest in the game, but he's not the hardest. He's fair, right? So from Ebony Maw, you go to a 2 villain fight, which is Proxima Midnight and Corvus Glaive. That really switches things up. You're playing 2 villains at once, right? Actually, in the Sinister Motives, you are playing the Sinister Six, which is 6 different villains. But you got 2 villains at the same time with the Corvus Glaive and Proxima Midnight fight. From there, you get Thanos, and Thanos is actually the reason why I put it above Mutant Genesis. Thanos comes with the Infinity Gauntlet, and the Infinity Gauntlet is a modular that you can add to any villain in the game that gives them the Infinity Gauntlet that makes them a little bit harder. That Rhino fight that is from the core set, that's pretty easy. Man, if you want a challenge, throw the Infinity Gauntlet on him, completely different fight. So the Infinity Gauntlet by itself puts it ahead of Mutant Genesis for me because it just makes everything else vastly different. From there, you have the Hela fight, which is a fun puzzle because I had a problem with Hela first, but once you learn how to play her, she becomes trivial, in my opinion. She's not that hard once you learn how to fight her. And then you have Loki. And Loki, in my opinion, is the hardest villain in the game, above Ronan. I find Loki so hard because he has a lot of RNG. You don't know which Loki you're fighting, and I find him extremely difficult. But what sets this aside from Mutant Genesis for me, for new players, is that Infinity Gauntlet. You can add it to everything above, right? Hey, let's give I don't know. Let's give Claw the Infinity Gauntlet. That Infinity Gauntlet is it changes the way everything plays, and that's what puts it against Mutant Genesis ahead of Mutant Genesis for me. Aside from that, the heroes are very strong. They're a little bit boring. They're kind of bland, in my opinion. You get Vision and Spectrum. Nothing too special, but they are very good. They are very, very good, but nothing too flashy there. Then you have Mutant Genesis, right? So Mutant Genesis comes with, again, 5 villains, right? It comes with, let's see, it comes with Sabretooth, who is pretty hard. He comes with Project Wide Awake, which is basically a Sentinels fight. It comes with Master Mode, which is basically a Sentinels fight. It comes with, who am I missing from that? Master Mode. Oh, it comes with the Brotherhood of the Mutants, right, which is another multi-villain fight. And then it comes with Magneto, who's pretty difficult. And then the 2 heroes that you get there are Shadowcat and Colossus. And Shadowcat is really, really strong. Colossus, I haven't messed with him too much, but Shadowcat is very strong. So it goes behind Mad Titan Shadow for me. But again, it's that Infinity Gauntlet that sets it apart. But it is still a very great set. I was really excited to get it, and I did have a lot of fun with it. All right, so you've got all these things up top here. You picked up, Mad Titan Shadow. You picked up the Mutant Genesis. What should you get now? Let's fill out some more heroes that you missed. Maybe not necessarily Spider, but this is just a placeholder. Actually, let's throw Spider here. Let's break things up, right? You picked up Mad Titan Shadow. You'll pick up some more heroes that you're missing. You'll pick up Mutant Genesis. Okay? After Mutant Genesis, I'm going to throw, I think, the other 2 scenario packs in here. I'm going to throw the Hood here, and I'm going to throw Mojo Mania. The reason why I'm putting the Hood here, why I'm putting the Hood so low, is because the Hood comes with 1 villain. He comes with the Hood. However, he comes with, I'm not going to remember the number off the top of my head. It's 13 new modulars that you can add to any fight. So the Hood, similar to the Infinity Gauntlet, just makes the rest of your villain sets just that much more vast and different, right? He can just change up the way the fight is, and it just lets you play the villains that you already have for much longer. And he himself is a good fight. He's difficult because he's random, but he is a good fight. And I have Mojo Mania in the middle. Personally, I believe he's S tier, but for new players, wait till you fight him. Because the fights are so different. They're so unlike anything in any other villain fight that you want to have a good understanding of how the game works, and you want to have a good understanding of deck building before you really get into them. I don't think they're actually that hard, but that's after I've been playing the game for 3 years. But he definitely should be purchased way before Guardians of the Galaxy, in my opinion. And are we done? Is that it? Let's see. We got that there. We got that there. We got that. We got Kang up there. Got these. Yeah, I think we're essentially done. And then let's just throw this Cyclops down here as a placeholder to fill in whatever other heroes that you're missing. So I'm going to look over this one more time, but I do think this is my final, what I think you should do. Now, this isn't necessarily in the order that you should buy them in. I'm not saying buy Red Skull before your favorite heroes, before Kang, before Sinister Motives. These, I believe, should be purchased after you're done with each list. So I think it should go down, right? So, if you are a new player, my final suggestions for you, obviously starting with the core set. This Miss Marvel, why does it keep doing that? Go away. This Miss Marvel represents any hero that you love. You love the Hulk? Pick him up. Don't. It doesn't matter what the rankings say. Pick up the Hulk. Buy all the heroes that you love, right? Once you've picked up all the heroes that you love, go with the Green Goblin pack. It will expand on what you got already. A couple different fights. I think you'll enjoy it. Then I suggest picking up these particular 4 heroes because of how strong they are. Once you've picked this up, I think you can then move down to this A tier, right? And I think you can buy these in any order, honestly. Maybe you want to pick up some new heroes at this point, pick them up. But then start with these before you move down, because this will still let you learn how to play the game, and it is your best value for your money buying the campaign packs, because you get 2 heroes and 5 villains. So, I would suggest Rise of the Red Skull first, but if you are a big Spider-Man mark like me, pick that up. And then at some point pick up Kang in this tier as well. Okay? Once you've picked up these 4, I think you can move down. And in any order, I think these will be good for you. Mad Titan Shadow, the Infinity Gauntlet for everything else above it. Maybe you want to pick up some new heroes first at this point. Mutant Genesis is just nice and well-rounded. The Hood, again, those modulars expand on what you've done so far in the game. And Mojo Mania is just so different and so fun. You get 3 villains in that fight as well. I think I forgot to mention that. The other scenario packs, except for Green Goblin, you only get 1. Mojo Mania is giving you 3 new villains. So I would move Mojo Mania up to A. However, the fights are so different that I really suggest knowing how to play the game before you pick them up. Okay? Once you've picked up that list, you can come down here, stay here for a while. This amount of content will keep you busy for a very long time. If you're starting to think the game is getting a little bit easy, grab Galaxy's Most Wanted. Grab Galaxy's Most Wanted, a box of tissues, and be prepared to cry. Okay? The Ronin fight, not easy. Not easy, especially for a new player. And then I suggest filling out your deck with whatever heroes that you missed, right? Every hero has a point in this game. Every hero comes with cards that aspect cards that can be used in other decks. So every hero pack and every villain pack and every campaign set is worth it, right? But you might not have the money to pick up everything, and that's understandable. It's an expensive game. If you want to take your time, I do think this is a good tier list for you to go through. And then we have Wrecking Crew in their own category, because I truly believe it is the only thing that and I just said, everything has its place except Wrecking Crew. That's the asterisk. I don't even know who to recommend it to. I mean, if you're a big Wrecking Crew fan, grab it. But, I think it's like $16.99 for the most part. $17.99, something like that. $20. We'll say $20. That $20 can go anywhere else. I would recommend just putting that towards even a new hero pack. Something that would, pick up something on Etsy, like one of these deck holders. There's a lot that you can use your $20 for that is well worth spending, better than the Wrecking Crew. Maybe the next pack that's coming out that you don't have yet, but it's the only content in this game that I say skip, and it hurts because I love this game so much. I would like to say everything has its spot, but that doesn't. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this helps a bit. Please don't hate me. Please don't hate me. Everyone has their own feelings on lists, but give some constructive criticism. I will take constructive criticism. Don't bombard me with your list of the worst. Get off the internet. Enjoy the game. Take care, everybody.